Hello friends, welcome to a new vlog. I don't usually like starting vlogs when I look so rusty, crusty, and dusty, but we're just going with it because my hair literally hates me right now, so I don't know what to tell you. But it is Friday and it is the start of a 3-day weekend, which I'm so excited about. I feel like this week was the longest week in existence, so I'm ready for a 3-day weekend. So I have some things I want to haul for y'all because I have bought lots of things recently, which I'm glad it's not books because I'm really trying to not buy books this year. Like, I'm not gonna say I'm on a book buying ban because then I'm just gonna want to buy books, but if I do want to buy something, I'm just putting it on a wish list, which really helps me not want to buy it because I feel like I'm doing something but like not actually spending money. And then another thing is, if I'm like really wanting to read it, I'm gonna check my library and try to get a copy of it through there, you know, because that's free. So as for things to haul, I placed a huge order with my Mary Kay lady. I know I sound like I'm like 70 years old having a Mary Kay lady, but my mom and I have the same Mary Kay lady, and honestly, Mary Kay products are the only things that I use. It's the only thing that's kept my skin from just being inflamed and horrible looking, and I just love their stuff, honestly. Yeah, it's expensive, but like I feel like all skincare that's like good quality is expensive. So let's go over what I got. They're also having a huge sale and our Mary Kay lady gave us a big discount, so that really helped. So first thing, I got this set. This is the only skincare stuff I use. So this is the Clear Proof Acne System. This keeps my skin looking pretty dang good. I do have the occasional breakout even when I use this stuff regularly, but you know, I just blame it on the hormones. So I love this stuff. It's so gentle and it does its job when I use it every single night, and it's my fave. So got my yearly supply of this. This usually lasts me about an entire year. I actually still have a brand new one from last year I haven't gotten into because I was really slacking on the skincare, but we're changing that in 2024. And then I also got this oil-free hydrating gel, which I like to use after using all those steps. I go in with this and it kind of just locks it all in, which is amazing. I also decided to try their Daytime Defender sunscreen, which I don't usually wear sunscreen on the regular because in Alaska, you know, it's real dark most of the time, so we don't need that because we are all vitamin D deficient, so we all need more vitamin D. So don't know if I'm gonna ever use this until like May because that's when the sun's really gonna be shining, so at least I'll have it. I got that. That'll be good for like several months from now. And then I also got this Indulge Soothing Eye Gel. I've never tried this, but it kind of sounded nice. I forget what it's like really for, but I'm hoping it might help with like my dark under eye because I got real dark under eyes even though I sleep enough. It's weird. So I thought I'll try it. I also got this Clinical Solutions Ceramide Hydrator. I don't know, I saw somewhere that like you should use some sort of serum, so thought I'd give it a try. This was so expensive. Like, girl, this was so expensive. Seriously, like, wow. For how tiny this is? That was expensive. And then I got a ton of the Lash Love mascara because this stuff is the best. Actually, some of this is not mascara. I actually got one of my favorite concealers because, oh, hello, I love it. And then I got under eye corrector, which I don't really know if that's gonna do much for me, but it's kind of like an orangey color, so compared with my concealer, it'll be interesting to see how this compares. But yeah, so that's my little Mary Kay haul. So that'll keep me going for at least through this year. That'll be great. And then I stumbled into Torrid the other day because I was checking on an order I placed in December because it hasn't showed up in the store yet, and it still isn't there. It's been over a month, and the lady that I talked to, I see her there all the time. We're like, you know, besties, and she was like, that's really strange. She's like, I will call you as soon as this comes in because I don't know what happened. That is very strange. I'm like, yeah, I thought so too. That's why I, thought I'd come in and check. And then I accidentally stumbled over to the clearance section and found these bad boys, and I'm obsessed. So I got these like adorable like brown kind of checker pants. I have a pair just like this that are gray with blue stripes, and I'm obsessed with them. I wear them like at least every single week. I love these pants. They're so flattering. They're so comfortable. Like when I don't want to wear pants to work, I wear these because they're so comfy. So brown is like definitely not a color that like I love, but I love these pants so much, and they were $12. I'm like, okay, sure, take my money, I'll take them. And then I needed more leggings, so I bought a pair of leggings because, they're the best. And I've also been needing some tights, so got some of those. And then I don't know what happened, but I grabbed these socks. And they're just so soft, and they're my favorite color green. And I'm like, these would be really cute paired with like a pair of leggings, these knee-high socks, and like some boots and a skirt or something, and a sweater. Like that'd be such a cute outfit. So I got these. I don't know why. Like I literally just went in there to check on my order, and I left spending like money. So yeah, and then I also have an order coming from Torrid as well, because I'm like getting really bored with my closet, and just I need some more basic pieces to match with some of the more like pattern filled things that I have. So I bought some more tank tops, some sweaters, and I bought these really cute pair of heels, which I'm already tall. I'm 5'11", like your girl's already tall, and I feel really weird wearing heels when I am tall, but like I'm starting to not care about that. And you know what? If I tower over everybody, I do, which sounds great. So I ordered a pair of those, and I also have the other color they have in my cart right now, because if I love these, I'm gonna order the other color. I hate these bangs so much, y'all. They just are so annoying. Do you see this? I just want to rip them out. Anyways, let's talk about books. So one book that has shown up in the mail, all the books that are coming in the mail right now are pre-orders that I bought in 2023, so they don't count. I'm not counting them as books purchased in 2024 because I didn't buy them this year. But I did get Mislaid and Parts Half Known in the mail. I definitely want to read this soon. I love this series. It's been so great. So dying to get to this one. There's gonna be dinosaurs. I'm so ready. And as for current reads, I'm hoping to finish both of these in this vlog. So the first one is A Dowry of Blood by S.T. Gibson. I have like an hour left of the audiobook, and I'm really liking this. It's not like my favorite thing I've ever read, but it has been quite enjoyable. And so we're following one of the wives of Dracula, who is never named as Dracula in this, but we're following her, and she is kind of starting to fall for one of his other wives, and they have a really close relationship to one another, and we're just following them. And I really like that Dracula is referred to in the second person. So like in this book, it's told in first person because she's like, you said this, or you still were doing this, or whatever. Like I really like that. I love second person in books. So I'm really enjoying this. It's been a great time. So I should definitely finish this tomorrow while I get all my chores done for the weekend. And then the other day, I don't know why, but I started Tools of Engagement by Tessa Bailey. This is a romance, and I love my bookmark for this book. I got this from one of my fellow book club besties. It says definitely not smut, which I think is fitting for this book, because yeah, definitely not smut. In this book, we're following our main character, who I'm forgetting her name, Bethany, and this is the last book in the series that I'm not going to name the name of it because it's ridiculous. But we're following her, and she really wants to break away from her family's business of construction and do her own house flip by herself. She's always been the one to come in after her brothers built the house, and she comes in and decorates it and makes it beautiful for it to sell. But she wants to be the one with her hands dirty, getting the house built, torn apart, do everything. And her parents and her family just don't believe she's gonna do that. She's too like obsessed with her looks and too beautiful to do that. she's really sick of being told that. So she breaks off and is flipping this really disgusting house. And the younger guy, Wes, decides to join her, and he's taking care of his niece when his sister ran off to go figure her stuff out. So he's taking care of his young niece, and y'all, there is some really good banter in this, I will say. I really do like the banter between Wes and Bethany. I think it's really fun, but Bethany is kind of annoying to me. Like, I don't know. And there's also characters that are being referenced from the first 2 books in the series, and I read those books so long ago at this point that I don't even remember who they are. But truly, these can be read as standalones. Like, I don't think you need to read them in order, but I really, really, really want to prioritize books that I'm close to the end of the series on, and this is one of them. Like, this is the last book in this series, so I'm like, you know what? I should read it. So I started it and I'm 95 pages into it, so I think I could maybe finish it in this vlog, because this weekend I'm also starting Ruin of Kings for the buddy read I'm doing with a bunch of besties on Patreon. On Steph's Patreon. I don't have a Patreon, just to make that clear. It's on Steph's Patreon, and I'm really excited to be reading that with everyone. It's gonna be a great time, and I'm gonna fully annotate this book. Like, we're gonna pull out the sticky notes, the tabs, the pen, the highlighters. Like, it's gonna be a moment, and I better love this book because I'm going to write everything in it. So I think that's my plan for the weekend. Get these 2 bad boys done and do a bunch of chores. And it's supposed to snow 9 inches on Monday and Tuesday. Like, what is up with that? That is a lot of snow. So, you know, if that does happen, we might not have to go to work on Tuesday, but we'll just see. We'll just see, you know, we'll just see what happens. But yeah, I think I'm gonna put my stuff away, and then I just honestly want to just go watch TV and like do nothing for a while. It's still kind of early. It's not even 9, and like on a Friday, that's kind of early for me. So I think I'm just gonna go watch some TV and chill, and then I'll get to reading more of A Dowry of Blood tonight. I think I'm gonna prioritize that one because I have less of it left. So gonna read that, and then do a bunch of chores tomorrow. I really just need to clean this house, as always. Like, I don't know about y'all, but it just is a disaster like all week, and then it's clean for like 4 days, and then it's just a disaster for the other 3. So I don't know what to tell y'all, but that's just how it is over here. So I will chat with y'all tomorrow. Happy Saturday, y'all. So I got all the cleaning done besides mopping, because apparently I'm out of like the Swiffer little pad things or whatever for the mop, so I can't mop. But everything else is done besides laundry. Still working on that. But I actually ended up staying up late last night and finishing A Dowry of Blood. It was so good. It was great. Oh my god, my hair's looking embarrassing as usual. I really enjoyed A Dowry of Blood. It was so good. I gave it a very high 4-star rating. I loved it so much. So really looking forward to reading more by this author. I have her 2 newest releases pre-ordered, and I'm real hyped. And then I'm still listening to Tools of Engagement. I should be able to finish this by like tomorrow or Monday at the very latest, but I have like 2 hours left of the audiobook, and it's going fine. I don't think this is my favorite Tessa Bailey book. I think it's been okay. Like, I do like the banter between the characters, but it seems really long. Like, this book is almost 400 pages, and I just think that's a little long for a romance. I mean, I don't know. There's some romance books that I've read that are around 400 pages or longer, and that works for them, but I feel like for this story, it's a little long for what it's doing, and it's like, okay, that's a choice I wouldn't have made, but it's fine. So I will get that done, but it's probably gonna be a 3-star for me. It's not like my favorite thing I've ever read, but it will be a series done, which will be nice. So speaking of series, I will be starting a series at some point this weekend with Ruin of Kings. I'm so excited to start this. So I'm so excited. I'm gonna annotate the absolute heck out of this book, and I can't wait. I hope it's a good time. Like, I hope it's as good as people have been saying for the last couple of years. Like, I really hope it lives up to my kind of high expectations for it, because people love it and I want to love it. I bought the whole series and I really hope to buddy read it with everybody on Patreon, and real hyped. So, anywho's, I'm gonna go do something. I don't know. It's like 1 o'clock, but like I don't know what I want to do. So I might do some self-care things. There is like one self-care thing I really need to get done, so I might do that. And yeah, I used a new, this is really random, but I bought some new hair products because I don't know, my scalp's been like super itchy lately, and I've always kind of had like not dandruff issues, but just like a very itchy scalp. So I've been trying different things to like help that. And so I have been doing some research on my hair and have learned that I have low porosity hair, which completely makes sense because it takes what feels like decades for my hair to dry. Even when it's this short, it takes hours to dry. And it does not like moisture. It does not hold styles, which really makes sense. Like, I thought that was just a straight hair thing, but I guess it's just a low porosity hair thing. Everything makes so much more sense now. So I bought a clarifying shampoo because everyone said, well, the internet told me to, because apparently it's really good for getting rid of buildup and it does help with an itchy scalp apparently. And wow, I noticed a huge difference. And I also used a hair mask last night. Never have used one in my life. My hair is the softest it's ever been outside of a salon. Like, I cannot believe how soft it is. That hair mask really did a number on my hair for the good. Holy cow. And my hair smells absolutely incredible. So I'm obsessed with that, and I have the shampoo and conditioner of the same brand. It's Moroccan Oil brand, so I have the shampoo and conditioner from them as well in my cart right now because I kind of want to get it. So I got the Moroccan Oil clarifying shampoo and their lightweight hair mask because they do have a ton of hair masks, but I got the lightweight one because I have straight hair, and I already have a hard time absorbing moisture with my hair, so getting a lightweight one was perfect. It's super expensive, but you know what? I think you're paying for the quality because, wow, I mean, my hair is so ridiculously soft. It's amazing. So I might be investing in their shampoo and conditioner. I will say I'm an Herbal Essence user. I've been using their stuff since like middle school. So yeah, I've always just been a drugstore girly kind of shampoo and conditioner, but maybe I should start using better products? I don't know. But anyways, I'm gonna figure out something to do for a little bit. I do want to get a workout in this afternoon before dinner, but I really would like to get some reading done as well. So I think we'll do some self-care things, maybe do some reading. We'll just see where the afternoon takes me. So I've been reading Ruin of Kings for the last little bit. So I've read the first couple of chapters. I'm on chapter 3 right now, and I'm very intrigued. The story is a bit confusing to follow at first, but I think I'm starting to get the hang of the narrative. So in the first chapter, it's actually a letter addressed to someone, and it's saying that they have collected this story together and have annotated this story to the best of their knowledge, and it's the best they could do to have the charges of treason and the death sentence to the Lord Heir be dropped because the council members do not have the whole story. So that's the letter. And then so in the first chapter we follow Talon, who is a monster demon creature. She seems pretty amazing, honestly, but she has another character. I'm guessing his name is like Kieran or something. I don't really know how to pronounce it, but he is a prisoner, and Talon's like, you know what, you should just tell me a story while you're in prison and we're waiting for your brother to show up, which we don't know who that is, but I'm sure we will soon. And he agrees, but he he tells the story when he's holding this stone that is like recording things that he says. So Talon hands him this stone and he starts telling his story. And in his story, we also get footnotes from the person who wrote that letter. And it's really interesting. Like, they're commenting on things that Kieran is saying. Like, well, I don't think that's true, or that may or may not be true, or that's like something made up. So it's interesting. Like, I don't know who to trust, which is really interesting. Like, I like that. Like, I like having characters that, like, I don't know who I believe. So then it switches in the second chapter back to Talon because she takes the stone back. And then she tells another portion of Kieran's story from a different point of view and at a different time. And it's really interesting. Like, it's definitely a book that I'm gonna go slow with because there's a lot going on, but it hasn't been too confusing to follow, and I'm quite enjoying it. I already have like a million tabs in here and I'm having a great time. So looking forward to reading more of that, but I think we're gonna be having dinner soon. So I'm gonna feed my cats and do a few things and then walk over to my parents for dinner. And I don't know what the evening will entail. I kind of feel like watching a movie for some reason, so I might make some popcorn and watch a movie, and then definitely be reading more of Ruin of Kings tonight. I'm loving it. Also, I want to show y'all my dragon bookmark that I made a while ago, because I know I had talked in my like holiday vlog that I did a couple of weeks ago that I had made some bookmarks for my mom and I. Well, I also made a dragon one, and it's pretty cool if I do say so myself. So it is like a tan color and it has rose gold, silver, and gold flakes on it with dragons on them. It's so cool. And I did read the back of this book, and there's gonna be dragons? Like, I mean, I would kind of hope it would because it has a dragon on the cover, but you know, I feel like that could be a little deceiving sometimes. But it says there's gonna be dragons, so I'm holding Jen loins to that. You know, I want dragons. So I'm really intrigued. Like, this is definitely a high fantasy book, and this is honestly, this is kind of weird to admit, but this is the first book that I have read solely with my eyeballs in the longest time. Like, I have been reading physical books with audiobooks for the last couple of months because that's been making me read them faster, and I definitely read a lot slower when I'm just reading with my eyes by myself, but it gives me the chance to highlight and annotate and really absorb the story and reread passages if I need to, or just go slow. And like, that is totally okay. Like, I'm really embracing reading slower, and I'm really trying to make myself not just listen to audiobooks all the time as an easy route to get a book done faster. While I do love audiobooks, I really do, I just don't want them to become a crutch for me like they were in 2023 just so I could read more. I really want to just read better things and focus more on remembering what I'm reading. Like, I mean, I can't remember like half the books I read in 2023, which is ridiculous to me. Like, in 2018, which is like, I would say one of my best reading years, I think I read 70 books that year. I remember like every single book I read that year, and I want to go back to that. Like, in that year, I was annotating almost every book I read. I did listen to audiobooks, but I listened to them very intentionally, and it was such a good reading year. Like, I want to bring that energy back in 2024. So that's what we are manifesting over here, and I'm excited. So I think I'm gonna feed my cats real quick and then walk down for dinner, and that's the plan. So tomorrow should be pretty chill. There is a crafternoon on Steph's Patreon, which I'm very excited about, so I will be attending that. I think I'm going to work on my genre blanket that I got very behind on in 2023. I had intended to knit a row for every book that I read when I read that book. Did that happen? Not at all. So I am like several months behind on that blanket, so definitely need to catch up. And I'm not doing a genre blanket again for a very long time, if ever, because that was stressful. Like, that project is just a lot. So I'd like to start working on that and get that done before I work on any other knitting project. So that's the plan. But anyways, I'm gonna go do all that, and I'll chat with y'all when I got more updates. Hello friends, I kind of forgot I was doing a vlog, so I'm here to update it. So it is a Sunday evening, it's like almost 10 o'clock. I'm just about to get into bed and read for a bit, but I did finish my audiobook today, which was Tools of Engagement by Tessa Bailey. This is the third book in the Hot and Hammered series. I hate this series name. Like seriously, it's terrible. And I didn't love this one, which was a little disappointing. I found this one to be incredibly cringy compared to the first two books, which granted, I read those first two quite a while ago, so I don't really remember much about them. But this one is just real cringy and I really like the banter between the two characters, but when things started to escalate between our two characters, let's just say, between those moments, their talk just got really weird and it made me feel real uncomfy. I'm like, I don't like this conversation. Like, I don't like how they were talking to each other. Like, it wasn't degrading or anything. It was really just sickly sweet, I guess is the way I'd put it maybe, but not my favorite. So it was fine. I gave this one like a 2.5 star, so it's a pretty average read, you know. Not my favorite, but it is a series completed for 2024, which I'm really working on. I went through all the books that I own and found all the series that I physically own and that I've also started that I own, and went through and put them all into Compile, and then also went through and highlighted the ones that I'm really close to being done with if I would just read one more book, one or two more. So I have those highlighted, and then I'm also highlighting the series that I have finished, which is great. So then I ended up starting my next audiobook, which I wanted to start listening to because I had a few things to get done tonight, and that was Witch King by Martha Wells. And I listened to maybe 20% of this, and I feel like I want to DNF this. Not really connecting with the characters, and I'm not really connecting with what's going on. Like, it just feels kind of confusing and nothing's being really fleshed out in a way that I'm hooked by, which is disappointing. But I'm also not really surprised because I went on Goodreads and a lot of my friends who have tried reading this book have also DNF'd it, or if they did make it through, they rated it pretty low. So I kind of want to DNF it. So I think I might. I didn't even put it on Goodreads yet, so I would just leave it as like want to read or whatever on there, because I didn't even put it on there, which I'm really trying to do. Like, when I start a book, I don't put it on Goodreads until I'm like, you know, a decent chunk into it, so I know if like I'm actually in the mood for it or not. So I'm just gonna DNF this one, I think, which I kind of figured is gonna happen. So yeah, a little disappointing, but at least it's off my physical TBR, you know? And so I don't know what my next audiobook is gonna be. I do have Kingdom of the Wicked checked out from the library as an audiobook again, because I read that book and I swear I just immediately forgot everything about it. So I may listen to that next, but I'm also reading Ruin of Kings right now, which is quite dense. I'm really liking it though. Like, I'm very intrigued at what's gonna happen next. I love that we are switching between different perspectives, and I love that I don't know who to trust. Like, I feel like that also makes it a tad confusing because I don't really know what the true story is, but I also really like that at the same time because I feel like that's so true to life. There's always more than one person who can tell the same story but can have so many other details that others don't have, and it's just, I really like that. Like, there's 3 different people in this book that we are hearing a similar story from. It's really interesting. I really like it, and I'm really hoping that it just keeps getting better and better. It does have a really good glossary at the back of that book too, which I really like, but I don't like the order that it's in. Like, the character, their name starts with a K, right? So you'd go to K to find it. No, it's under D because of their last name. And I'm like, no. I really don't like things organized by last name because that's not how I think of characters' names. Like, I think of them by first name because they're not being called by their last name. Like, that's just confusing to me and I don't like that, but it's fine. Like, it's actually the first time I think I've seen a fantasy book with a glossary that goes by last name instead of first name, because who uses last names in books, you know? Like, I feel like that's kind of a thing that's like mentioned maybe once or twice but is never like used more than that to make it worth putting in the glossary, you know? But anywho, so I'm gonna keep reading Ruin of Kings. I'm actually gonna go read that right now because I'm dying to read it. I didn't read at all today physically. I don't know why, like it just kind of slipped away from me today, which I'm really grateful to have tomorrow off too. So I just did like chores and knitting, and I literally can't even remember what else I did. So I don't know why today just slipped away from me. I really hate when the weekends do that and I can't even remember what I even did. But tomorrow I'm really hoping to read a ton. That's really all I want to do, and maybe play some games with my mom. We've been playing games via FaceTime because she's pretty sick right now, so we're kind of like quarantining from one another, which has not been fun, but you know, I don't want to get sick. So we FaceTimed and played cribbage, which was super fun, and Yahtzee, so it was fun. Like, it's actually not as hard to FaceTime and play a game because we both own the same game, so we'll just like play our own, you know, and then tell each other what we roll or whatever. So it's really fun. So I think we're going to do that again tomorrow because that was fun. But otherwise, it's going to be a cozy reading day. We're supposed to get a ton of snow either tomorrow or Tuesday. So I'm just looking forward to being cozy and drinking more water and exercising tomorrow because I did a really good workout on Friday and Saturday. So much so that I was so sore today, I started to do another workout and I'm like, I really can't. Like this, I'm too distracted by how sore I am to like invest myself in this workout. So I kind of skipped that today. Really shouldn't have, but it's fine. So I'm gonna get in bed now and I will chat with y'all later. Hello friends, happy Monday. I figured I'd keep vlogging today. I'm kind of curious how much footage I have for this vlog, and then I'll assess later if I should just continue it or whatever. But just wanted to pop on here and tell y'all that I started a new audiobook this morning that I am truly obsessed with, and that is Never Saw Me Coming by Vera Kurian, I think maybe, and I'm obsessed with this. This is so good. This is just one of those books that I saw like a couple of times like in Barnes & Noble and other places, and I'm like, I have a feeling I'm gonna love this book. And I've heard like nobody talk about this like online, but just something about the description of this book sounds incredible. In this book we're following our main character Chloe, and she has been diagnosed as a psychopath, and so she's attending this university, and it's a full ride scholarship if she participates in this program for psychopaths, and they have to wear this like watch that tracks their moods, and there's several other people in the program who are also psychopaths, and we've been introduced to one so far, and I'm about 65 pages into the book and it's so good. So Chloe also has a vendetta against her childhood best friend named Will, who's also attending this college, and she is planning on killing him, I think, or something, because she definitely has been wronged by him for some reason, and we don't know yet, but I'm sure we'll find out. And the part where I just got to, which is in the synopsis of the book, so I will tell you, there has been someone who has died in the psychology department in the area where the psychopaths are being like tested and doing experiments. So it's gonna be real interesting like who the killer is, and I'm really excited. This has a pretty low average rating on Goodreads. It's like a 3.6, which I feel like is kind of low, but I'm obsessed. The audiobook is so good, the characters are so intriguing, and I'm having a great time. I love it when I can pick up a book that like is exactly what I'm in the mood for. Like, I kind of did a little taste test this morning of a couple of things. I like went through my shelves, like, what do I want to read? Like, what do I want to listen to? Because Ruin of Kings, as amazing as it is pretty dense. So I wanted something non-fantastical to listen to, just to kind of give my brain something easy to digest when I'm not reading Ruin of Kings. Which, speaking of, let me show y'all. Look at all of these annotations in my book. I don't even think y'all can see that. Do you see that? Look at all them annotations. And I'm only 82 pages into this, and I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. that this is so good. This is so good. I'm loving this. As I've mentioned several times in this vlog, I love, love, love getting all the different perspectives from various characters telling a similar story. But the two stories that we are getting about the same character are set in two different timelines, which is interesting. So Kieran's story that he's telling us is set, I believe, like not present day because he's in jail presently, but like it's more recent. And then Talon, who is his jailer, is telling a story from like when he's younger. So it's really interesting. Like I love getting this like dual timeline with two different people telling a story about one person, and also having this like third person in the footnotes commenting on things. Like it's definitely a complicated fantasy story, but I can see this becoming a new favorite, which is great. This is great. I just have the best feeling about the reading year for 2024. Like scrapping the Goodreads challenge, scrapping TBRs. Like I think that's just gonna bring me all the joy with reading again. Like I'm already just having a great reading year. No, I haven't read the best things ever. I don't think I've given any 5 stars either, besides like a graphic novel, which I don't really count. So this is real good. So definitely looking forward to reading more of this. I made a delicious cup of coffee this morning, so I'm hoping to maybe just go, you know, drink my coffee, read my book for a bit. It's 10:30 right now, so I think I might just do a little reading sprint by myself, like set a forest timer on my phone and read for a little bit, and then I'm gonna make lunch. I'm kind of craving like a chicken wrap. Like, I don't know, I keep seeing commercials with like the Burger King like chicken wraps, which look so good, but I can't eat them because, you know, gluten allergy. So I'll just make it the gluten-free version with my almond flour tortillas and my gluten-free breaded chicken, which is so good. Get it from Walmart. It's amazing. So kind of craving that. And yeah, I just want today to be a cozy reading day. So I spent the morning listening to Never Saw Me Coming, which I'm obsessed with. So I think this afternoon, gonna be dedicated to Ruin of Kings, which is gonna be great. So yeah, I will keep y'all updated. I don't know if I want to do this vlog for like the rest of the week because, as I've probably mentioned, I find vlogging during the work week kind of difficult to maintain because I'm literally so busy. Like as soon as I wake up to the minute I go to bed, it's just chaos. I just have so much to do. Like I get up early in the morning to have time to read, and then I have to feed the cats and then get dressed, go to work, and then I'm at work from 8 to 5, and then I come home, feed the cats, I go down to my parents' house down the street because, you know, why not, and go have dinner with them, and then I come home, I exercise for 45 minutes, and then I have to make my lunch for the next day, pick out my outfit, get things squared away for the night, and then take a shower and then go to bed. So there's really not a lot of time to vlog, and I think that was what was causing me so much stress a couple of months ago when I had kind of stopped making videos for like a month, is vlogging during the work week. It's just impossible for me. So I'm really trying to push myself to do weekend vlogs instead because there's usually not much going on. My mom and I have actually stopped like going into town on the weekends mostly to just cherish our time off, because really the weekend goes by so fast, and it goes by even faster when we are like out in town, when we can do those chores like during our hour lunch. So yeah, I'm excited to have today off and read a ton and relax. So I think I'm gonna go make myself a cozy little spot, light a candle, put some ambiance on, and read. Oh, it sounds amazing. I can't wait. Hello friends. So I have edited this vlog up until this clip, and yeah, it's like a 40-minute vlog. So I'm pretty happy with that. I think this is gonna be the ending clip for this vlog because that's a pretty decent length vlog. How many times can I say that word? Oh my gosh. But I just finished watching Spirit, the movie. I mentioned it at some point. I don't know if it was in this video or the video I just filmed today, but I'm like, I gotta watch that movie again. It's a classic. It's so good. Am I 23 and watched that movie for like the millionth time and still cried watching it? Yeah. Do I cry over animated horses? Yeah. It was a great time. I just adore Spirit. Just everything about it. I do not acknowledge anything that they have done with Spirit since that movie because it is truly a travesty, but I love that movie so much. Oh, so good. I realize I don't actually own it. Like the one that I was watching like when I was a kid and stuff is at my parents because they own it. So YouTube actually had a pretty decent price just to buy the movie. It was like $11 and I'm like, sure. So I own it on YouTube now, so whenever I just want to have a good cry over some animated horses, I go watch that. It's a great time. So yeah, I did manage to get some reading done. I didn't read quite as much as I wanted to today, but I just realized that I don't need to pack a lunch for tomorrow because we're going out to lunch, me and some coworkers, to celebrate one of my other coworkers leaving. So I don't need to pack a lunch, so that'll save a ton of time tonight. So really, the only thing I got to do when I get home is just put some dishes away, wipe down the kitchen a little bit, and then I can read and hang out with the kitties the rest of the evening until I go to work tomorrow. But anyways, I'm looking forward to a short week, and it was fun having a long weekend. I feel like I got quite a few things done and read some great things. I finished quite a few things in this vlog. I started some things. It was great. So I hope y'all enjoyed this little vlog. I'm gonna try to do like every other weekend vlogs because I really like doing vlogs over the weekend. So I'm gonna try to do that because every weekend I feel like I'd get a little stressed out doing. So if I just kind of, you know, do it whenever, it's not so stressful. But anywho, hope y'all enjoyed, and I will see you all in another video soon. Goodbye.